Good morning, all of you. Today we have seen about your unit 4, okay, whatever the money and economical value, okay. In this particular unit, we have to see about the engineering and economic decision, okay, because we have to engineer and we have to require the some valuable decision about an project, okay. So, time value of the money, whatever the understanding the money management and one of the case study which is related your economics decision done in the multinational companies, okay. So we have seen about what is engineering economics, okay. So we say that engineering decision making for an engineering system is called as an engineering economics, okay. So this is the basic decision whatever we have required that taking the economical decision about an particular engineering system, okay. For example, we have whatever the invest some money on particular project also, okay. So this is the engineering economic, okay. In the term of engineering economic decision refer to the all investment decision, okay. All investment decision whatever you have you have take a decision about or you have required to taking the any decision about to build up any project, okay. So they say that whatever the relating of any engineering project you have required to taking the whatever the investment decision, so it is called as whatever the engineering economics, okay. The most interesting fact of an economic decision from an engineering point of view, okay. So what is the evaluation of the cost? Okay, cost whatever the in all time cost is not same. Okay, so we say that increment of the cost, decrement of the cost, whatever the evaluation of the cost as per the whatever you have to take the decision about that and particular value. Okay, so then we say that accounting versus engineering economics. Okay, we say that we have invested some money on any project, okay, and we have required the accounting section also, whatever our management section also, okay. So accounting is the evaluating the past performance, okay. Evaluating of the past performance means the past transaction, okay, past transaction. But engineering economics is the future, okay. So this is the, we can say that this is the accounting versus engineering economics, okay. Engineering is the evaluating the future, okay, predicting the future event, but accounting is the evaluating of the past performance, okay. So this is the past and future. So we say that accounting is the whatever the past prediction and the uh, engineering economics is the future prediction, okay. Then engineering economics decision, okay. Engineering economics decision, we say that we have required the taken the number of decision which have the number of economical decision about or related with the particular engineering, you can say that it is an engineering economics, okay. So rational decision making process, okay. So they have the number of steps like the rational decision making process, the engineers roles in the business, whatever the type of strategic engineering economics decision or the fundamental principle in the engineering economics, okay. So we learn about the rational decision about an making the decision process, okay. So in this particular step we have to see about how do we make the typical personal decision, okay. So in this particular rational decision conclude of the typical personal decision also, and the second problem is the how we approach an engineering decision problem, okay. And the third and the last problem is the what is the make economics decision different from the other design decision, okay. So economics decision which have related with an particular project also, and our design decision whatever the client requirement, okay. So client required to us and we have required as per the client requirement we have required to design the any architecture of the project also. So this is the other decision, design decision and the economical decision we have required to study about how they different from each other. Okay. Then, engineering economics, whatever the decision, in which consist of the rational decision making process. Okay, so how do we the typical personal decision? Okay, so this is the first problem. Okay, so in which establishing the goal or objective. Okay, so this problem which is related with the personal problem. Okay, this is related with the personal problem. So we can say that the establishing of the personal goal about that and particular project also. Okay, and the evaluation of the feasible alternatives also. Okay, and the another thing is the knowing the other opportunities. Okay, and the another one is the rational decision making process is the six step process. Okay, what they say that rational decision making process is the six step process. Okay, so certainly we do not follow all the six steps in all decision problem. Okay, so which are the six steps? So this is the six steps. Okay, so first one is the recognize the decision problem. Okay, so we have required the so this is the primary requirement. Okay, this is the primary requirement. So what? The first is the recognize the decision problem. Okay, second one is the define the goal and objective, why it is required. Okay, so first one is the we have required the recognition, means that this is the primary or the basic requirement. Okay, and the second one is the to define the goal and objective of the particular decision also. Okay, and the third one is the from whatever the define your goal, and the third you have required the collect the relevant information about that and particular problem also. Okay, and the fourth one is the identify the set of feasible decision alternative. Okay, so these are the number of the whatever the six step, whatever the select the decision criterion use, and the last one is the best alternative. Okay, so these are the six step we have required to taking the decision. Okay, we have required to taking the decision making process. Okay, then, this is the rational decision making process. So first one is the recognize the decision problem. Okay, so this is the basic requirement or this is the primary requirement. Okay, from the making the decision, we have required the to define the goal of the particular decision also. Okay, whatever the goal, whatever the objective. Okay, and then collect the all relevant information. Okay, so whenever you have required to build up any project, okay, whatever you have create the your b project also, you have required the to recognize the first problem. Okay, which domain we have required to do your project work also. Okay, then you have required the goal and objective also. Okay, so what is the working, what is the future what is the future, what is your conclusion also, what are the results. So these are the uh, whatever the goals and objective. Okay, and the third one is that to collect the relevant information like your research paper also. Okay, whatever your hardware also. So these are the collection of the all relevant information, and then another one is the identify the set of feasible decision alternative. Okay, so you have to collect the number of the IEEE paper. Okay, then we have to require to so these are the number of alternative na. So these are the number of the alternatives. So and the fifth step is that to select the decision criterion to use. Okay, decision criterion, why it is used. So you have select any one domain, and this is the criteria. Okay, our project is related with our artificial intelligence. Our project is related with the machine learning. Our project is related with your image processing. Okay, whatever your database management or whatever your cyber security. So these are the criteria. Okay, these are the criteria, and then last one is to select the best alternatives. Okay, to select the best alternatives from these all the alternatives. Okay, so this is the making process, and this is the example about the which car is to lease. Okay, so these are the comparison between two cars. So first is the Saturn versus Honda. Okay, so these are the two cars. So first step, okay, so what is your first step? To recognize the decision problem. Okay, so why you have required to car lead. Okay, so to recognize the decision problem. Why? Because we have required the need it. Okay, so need a car. Okay, so that why we have recognized, or we have this is the requirement of us. Okay, need a car. Then define a goal or objective. Okay, define the goal or objective. So what is the mechanical security? Okay, so this is the goal. Okay, what is the mechanical security also? Then another one is the collect the all relevant information. Okay, so whatever we have required the any car, whatever we have required the any bike also, you have to require to checking the financial data also. Okay, because we have to required to, it is the reliable, or it is the financial comfort to us also. Okay, so we have required to collect the relevant data information also. Okay, that is related with your financial data, or that is related with your technical data also. Okay, then another one is the identify the set of feasible decision. Okay, whatever the only no, we have required whatever the number of alternatives now. The cars is Starter, whatever the Honda, whatever your BMW. Okay, so these are the number of the alternatives also. Okay, and from this alternative we have required to take on the based decision. Okay, from the criteria. Okay, so what is our criteria? Want the minimum total cash. Okay, so minimum cash, whatever the minimum. So this is your so what is we have to say that this is the quotation. Okay, it is the quotation, or we can say that this is the financial data about that and car also. Okay, so this is the we have required the what is our decision criteria? Our decision criteria is want the minimum total cash. Okay, so the car we have required to take which having the minimum cash also. Okay, and select the best alternative. So what is the selection from the minimum criteria? The selection is the we have required the Honda car also. Okay, so this is the final selection. Okay, then this is the financial data, or whatever we can say that this is the quotation about that and Staten versus Honda. Okay, so this is the financial data of the auto leasing. So this is the one of the example. Okay, so manufacturer suggested. So these are the prices. So dollar 15,573. Okay, and the Honda is also 15,810 also. Okay, so whatever the difference of Honda and Stratum, this is whatever the minus in dollar of 273. Okay, so lease length, whatever your lease length, so they can say that 48 month and 48. So these are the same. Okay, and the allowed mileage. Okay, this is the 48,000 miles and 14. So these are the same also. Then monthly lease payment dollar whatever in Staton 219, and for Honda 248. That is the minus 29. Okay, and whatever the mileage surcharge over the 36,000 meals. Okay, so that at the having the any whatever the dollar uh, 0.20 per meal and 0.15 per meal. So this is the difference between whatever the positive 0.05 per meal also. Okay, so this is the financial data. Okay, so deposition fee. What is the deposition fee? That is the dollar zero and dollar 250. So 250 is the positive for Honda also. Okay. So the total due at the signature. So these are the first month lease payment. Okay, for Statum 219 and for Honda 248. Down payment is 1100. Whatever the Honda is 800. Okay, and administrative fee for Statum is 495 and for Honda it is 0 also. And refundable security deposit, that is 200, and the Honda is 225. Okay, so total. So what is total for Stratum? This is the 200, 2014, and for Honda that is 1273. So that is the difference between dollar of the 741. Okay, so this is the difference. So we have required to select the minimum cost. So we have select the Honda car. Okay. Then we move toward the engineering decision, whatever the economical decision having the second problem. Okay. So which is second problem, that is the how do we approach an engineering design problem. Okay. So the first one is the decision made during the engineering decision design phase of the product development. Okay. So whatever the product development, we have required the first requirement is the getting an idea. Okay. So and then another one is the setting design goals and objective. Okay. So this is the second criteria or second step. Okay. First, we have required the getting data. What is the requirement from the client also? Okay, and the setting the design or goal and objective. Okay, we have because we have required to design the whatever the any phase of the product also. Okay, this is the product development. So for whatever the any module development, we have required whatever the what is the particular module goal also or particular module subjective also. Okay, so this is the setting the goal and designing for the objective also, then the evaluating the design alternative. Okay, judging the product cost and price. So whatever the we have taken the any economical decision about that particular product also. Okay, so they have taken the one example about the self chilling soda can. Okay, so this is the self chilling soda can. Okay, and the another problem is the what make the economics decision different from the other design decision. Okay, so economical decision is related with your money now. Okay, it is related with your money, and other design decision which having required the whatever we have required to uh, make the decomposition of the particular product, and we have required to make the number of module for the uh, different functions also. Okay, so engineering economic decisions are fundamentally different from the type of the decision encountered in engineering design. Okay, so what they say that economical decision is the totally different. Okay, fundamentally different from the all types of the design decision. Okay, so they say that in design decision, okay, the engineering uses known physical properties, the principle of the chemistry and physics, engineering design correlation, and the engineering judgment to arrive at the workable and optimal design also. Okay, so they say that the other design decision we have required to taking about their physical property also, whatever their whatever your chemical, whatever your physics, engineering correlation. Okay, but yeah, another one is the design is the time of the irrelevant. Okay, if the engineering design to meet a particular need is done today or the next day, next year, or the 5 year time, the final design will not need to change the significantly. Okay, design is, so they say that design decision is the constant. Okay, design decision is the constant. So anyone having any physical law or any chemical law, This is the constant. Okay, this is the constant, but economical decision is the variable or evaluate at the day per day life also. Okay, so we can say that this is the evaluationary part also. Okay, in economical decision is the evaluationary decision. Okay, but the other design is the constant. We can say that the final design will not need to change significantly. Okay, so this is the main difference between the uh, all decision encounter in engineering decision and economical decision also. Okay, so another one, they say that in economic decision, predicting the forecasting product sale. Okay, so this is the economical decision. Which is economical decision? The product selling prices, the various cost over same time frame, 5 year, 10 year, and 25. So they have give the example about the any product. Okay, any product selling price. Okay, so they say that the same time, okay, cost over the time frame for 5 year, 10 year, 25 year. Okay, we are considered the basic for all decision making process also. Okay, then another one, they are never completely accurate when compared with the actual value realized at the future time also. So the economic evaluation are not time invariant. Okay, so economic decision has to be based on the best information available at the time of the decision and through the understanding the uncertainty at the forecasted data also. Okay, so this is the decision between the whatever the rational decision. Then we say that the engineer's role in the business. Okay, what is the engineering role in the business also? Okay, so what is the role? So engineers are called as the upon to participate in variety of the decision making process such as the manufacturing, marketing, financial. Okay, so they are play an important role to make the economical decision related to the engineering product called as an engineering economical decision. Okay, so engineer take the any decision about an product, so they say that or about an any engineering project, so we can say that this is the engineering economical decision also. Okay, so making the capital expenditure decision, the another one is the large scale engineering economic decision also, impact of engineering product on financial statement also. Okay, so this is the engineering economical decision which are related with the engineering value. Okay, this is related with the engineering product also. Okay, so this is the planning. Okay, so first or primary step is the we have required the taking the planning for the future work also. Okay, so planning, so investment. Okay, another one we have required the taken the decision about the investment of the money, okay, on the particular engineering product also. Okay, so this is the investment. From the investment we have required the to build up or to started the any organization, okay, which are related with the engineering work also. Okay, so the third part is the manufacturing. Okay, from the manufacturing we have required to get an or the output is the product. Okay, manufacture the number of cars also, number of the product, different product also. Okay, so which are needable to the our daily life also. Okay, and from this particular business we have getting the huge of profit also. Okay, so this is the final step of the engineering decision also. Okay, so this is first one we have required to take on the planning of the any organization. Okay, then we have required the investment, okay, money investment to manufacturing of the product. Okay, and from the selling of that product we have getting the whatever the number of the profit through the marketing. Okay, so this is the engineering economical decision. Okay, get it? So this is the very simple step. Okay, first one is the planning, another one is the investment of the money. Okay, or we can say that this is the investment of the or financial investment also. Okay, then the manufacturing also, from the manufacturing the number of the product are the produce. Okay, and from the marketing of the that product we have getting the use of the profit. Okay, so this is the, then we say that the role of engineers in the business. Okay, so which are the role? So the first one is the create and design. Okay, so engineer is the designer also, creator also, we can say that developer also, okay, tester also. So this is the number of the role we have say that na, this is the can say that this is the development field, analysis field, testing field, okay, or marketing field also. Okay, so this is the number of the role. We can say that role of the engineers in the business steps. Okay, so first one is the create and design. So I am engineering project. Okay, I engineering project, and first one is the analyze. Okay, analysis means they completely known about that particular project also. Okay, so what is the production method also. Okay, so engineering safety, environmental impact, or market assessment. So we can say that analysis. Okay, future analysis about that and product also. Okay, then second step is the evaluation. Okay, evaluate. So expected. Okay, I expected the profitability. Okay, so why the particular product is the manufacture. Okay, so because we have expected about the profitability also, so timing of the cash flow, degree of the financial risk. Okay, whatever we have not taking the risk, then we cannot be get the good profit from that product also. Okay, then another one is the monitoring. Okay, so why the monitoring is required? Because we have required a strong security of that particular organization. Okay, so from the monitoring, we have required the financial statement. So we can say that I firm market value, okay, or the stock prices. So this is the monitoring. For the monitoring, they have required the whatever the physical security, like the security guard also, whatever they can say that cameras also. Okay, so this is the monitoring. So we can observe the whole the organization as centrally. Okay, so this is the monitoring part also. Okay, so these are the role of the engineers. Okay, so another one is the, they can say that the engineering roles in the business. Okay, so the first one is the making the capital expenditure decision. Okay, so this is the first one. In manufacturing, engineering is involved every detail of the produce producing goods from the conceptual design to shipping also. Okay, so that they can say that engineer involved, okay, in manufacturing also, from the analysis step, from the evaluationary step, from the development step, from the testing step. So this is the work of the engineering. So they say that in manufacturing, engineering is the involved. Okay, engineer is the involved at every stage. Okay, engineering is the involved in every detail of the producing goods also. Okay, so engineering decision account is the majority of the 55% of the product of the cost also. Okay, and the another one is the engineers must consider the effective use of fixed capital asset such as the buildings and machinery also. Okay, so any buildings they have required the civil engineer. Okay, machinery required the mechanical engineer. Okay, and the another decision about the electrical, whatever the computer. So they have required the electrical and computer or computer engineer also. So they say that the engineering involved in every detail of the producing good also. Okay, so this is the role. Okay, fixed role. So engineers is the primary task. Okay, engineers is the primary task. So he analyze the particular product also. Okay, or the particular project also, to plan for the acquisition of the equipment, capital expenditure that will enable the firm to design and manufacture the product economically. Okay, so this is the first role. So what is the first role? Making the capital expenditure decision. Okay. Then with purchase the fixed asset equipment, engineer need to estimate the profit that asset will generate during its service period. Okay. So what they say that whenever the any uh, engineer take the any decision about an equipment, okay, so it will need, okay, it will need to particular mm, profit also, okay, or the estimate done by the engineer should not be too low and too high also, okay. So we can say that it may be affect the overall business also, okay. Then if too much is invest in asset, it may incur unnecessarily heavy expenses, and the spending too little on the fixed asset is also be the harmful. Okay, so this is the making decision for expenditure decision also, okay. Then another one is the large scale engineering economic value, okay. So whatever engineering, we can say that this is the small scale also, this is the large scale also, we can say that this is the immense is also. So this is the scale of the engineering, okay. So they say that large scale engineer is the required to taking the decision about the economical decision about the large scale engineering also, okay. So the first one is the in large scale industries engineer play the crucial role in the economical decision, okay. So what they say, crucial means that some small whatever the role, okay, in the economical decision also, okay. So the decision which having the related with the economy also, okay. So engineering economic decision at the level are the more complex and significant, okay. So large scale project involve in large sum of the money invested over the long period of the time, okay. So what they say that any large project whatever the uh, we can take the example about any road construction of the road also, okay. Or we can say that this is the governmental project as per the ISRO's, okay, any ISRO's project. We can say that this is a Chandrayana Mohim. Okay, so these are the large scale project. So we can say that these projects are not complete in whatever the uh, single day, whatever the single month, okay, whatever the single week also. Okay, so we can say that these um, this particular large scale project having the investment of the large money, okay, investment of the large sum of the money for the long period of the time, okay, for the long period of the time. So we have required the taking the difficult, okay, we have required or taking the difficult decision as per the market demand accurately, okay. So this is the engineering role. So they can say that large scale engineering economical decision is also be the one of the role of the engineer. Okay. Then require the large sum of the investment. Okay. Require the large sum of the investment also, or we can be very risky. Okay. Then another one is that take a long time to see the financial outcome also, and lead to revenue and the cost stream that are difficult to the predict, okay. So these are the role of the engineer, okay. Then another role is, what is another role? Impact of engineering product on the financial statement, okay. So this is the another role. So we can say that impact of the engineering product on the financial statement. So what they say in particular role. So it is an important for the engineering product to generate the profit. Okay. So what they say that why it is important, because we have invested the money. Okay. And we have required to getting the more profit from that particular project also. Okay. But it also be strength the fire firm overall financial position also. Okay, so this is the we have required this particular decision for the economical value, or we have required that getting the more and more profit from the particular project also. Okay, or the company has to be provide the basic financial statement at the end of the each operating cycle. Okay, so they can say that operating cycle means the working of the project. Okay, how many period is required to complete the total working of the project also. Okay, so they can say that operating cycle, so that provide the basic for the future investment analysis. Okay, so we have required the 1 year for any project. Okay, so we have take the decision about the any related of the project also. Okay, any related project, so we have take the future decision about any related project also. Okay, because the previous project having the 1 year operating cycle. Okay, get it? So this is the very simple. Then the third one is the type of the strategic engineering economical decision. Okay, so then we can say that the types of the strategic engineering economical decision. Okay, so which is strategy? The strategy. Why the strategy is required? Because the client requirement. Okay, day to day life, the client requirements are the new. Okay, so we have required the product about new product, or the product expansion also, or the we have required the including the number of the uh, new services also. So we can say that this is adaptation in product also. Okay, so this is the type of the strategic. So which strategy? So because we have required the competition. Okay, we have required the competition in our organization or another organization also. Okay, so we have apply the strategy. Okay, we apply the strategy to compute that competitor. Okay, because you are not the only one competitor now. Here is the in organization number of competitor, or for compute that particular competitor we have required the select the strategy. Okay, we have required to select the strategy to sell our product also. Okay, so they can say that the first one is the new product or the product expansion. Okay, a product expansion means the adding the another functionality, or we can say that this is the adaptation uh, or the modification. Okay, modification of the product also from the client requirement. Okay, then another one is the equipment and the process selection. Okay, equipment and the process selection, so this is the strategy. Okay, so equipment we have required the new equipment. Okay, so we can say that this is the technology. Okay, when new technologies come in market, so we have required to establish that technology in our organization. Okay, then process of the selection, whatever the selection process, so we can say that this is the the selection of the whatever the staff also, the selection of the raw material also. Okay, so this is the selection process. Then equipment replacement. Okay, equipment replacement, why it is required? Because as per the working we have required any equipment in the market. Okay, modified equipment, so we have required the taking that equipment for the we can say that to do the complexity of our product also. Okay, so we use that particular new or modified equipment, we have make the good product also. Okay, then the cost reduction. Okay, and the fourth point or the fourth strategy. Okay, because we have number of the competitor. Okay, when we reduce the cost, so as per the this is the strategy. Okay, this is the strategy to selling the product also. Okay, so client automatically interact with our product also. Okay, interact with toward our product also. So this is the strategy about the cost reduction and the service or equality improvement. Okay, so this is the, we can say that, strategy about the engineering economical decision also. Okay, then another one is the new product or product expansion. Okay, so they say that the new product, so this is the strategy. Okay, new product, this is the product strategy. Okay, so what they say in the particular strategy, the investment in this category are those that increase the revenue of the companies if output is the increases. Okay, so there is the two types. Okay, the first decision about the expenditure to increase the output of the existing production or the distribution facilities. Okay, and the second one, okay, what is the second one? Second decision problem include the consideration of the expenditure necessary to produce a new product or to expand the new geographical area also. Okay, so what they say in the first decision. Okay, so we can say that new product and the new product expansion, this is the strategy. Okay, this is the engineering strategy. So why it is required? So they can say that increase the output of the existing production. Okay, if the production is increased to use of this particular new product, so we have required the to take on that new product also, or this product expansion also. And the second one, what is the second one? So they can say that as per the new geographical area, this particular geographical area having the requirement or the huge requirement of that product, so we have required the to taking the decision about that and new product also. Okay, so this is the product expansion or the new product or product expansion also. Okay, then another one is the equipment and the process selection. Okay, equipment means whatever we have required the any engineering decision. Okay, it involves the decision problem of the selecting the best course of the action. Okay, then there are the several way to meet the project requirement. Okay, so as per the project requirement, we have required the equipment also. Okay, and the whatever the any process or we have select the any process, so for the relating of that particular process, we have required the product recruitment also. Okay, so this is the decision or this is the engineering economical decision also. Okay, then another one is the meet the requirement of the project and benefit the business also. Okay, so this is the requirement of the project also, whatever the benefit of the business also. Okay, then another one is the equipment replacement. Okay, so why it is required to replace the particular equipment? Okay, because this is the decision. Okay, this is the whatever the strategy to replace the particular equipment also. Okay, so decision regarding the equipment which are the worn out or absolute are the taking as they may affect the overall system performance or consuming the more cost and energy also. Okay, so what they say that whatever the new equipment having the we can say that it is the consume. Okay, so they can say that it required the more cost, whatever it required the less whatever the required the less cost, less energy. Okay, so they say that as per the modification we have required the change that particular requirement as per the our overall system also. Okay, or to improve the performance our system. Okay, so whenever we have whatever the to use of the new equipment, the performance of our system is improved, so that time we have required the use of the particular replacement of the equipment also. Okay, then another one, the care of the expenditure to replace the equipment should be taken. Okay, so this is the strategy of the product also. Okay, then the last one, so whatever not last one, but this is the cost reduction. Okay, this is the important. Okay, this is the important strategy of the engineering economical. Okay, So cost reduction, why the cost reduction is required? So what they say that concern with the lowering at the firm operation cost. Okay, so whatever the decision about the whether the equipment is to be purchased or replaced, the work done manually, okay, or to saving the operation cost for the more beneficial of the firm is the goal of the actual. Okay, what they say that the lowering of the firm operation cost. Okay, so as per the cost reduction, automatically clients are the interact with each interact toward your product also. Okay, interact your product also. So as per this decision, they say that the purchase to the replace the work is done automatically, okay, or the work done is done manually. So they can say that as per the cost reduction, uh, our half work is the done automatically or manually also. Okay, so saving the operation cost. Okay, saving the operation cost help the a firm to achieve the our strategy also. Okay, then the service or quality improve. Okay, so as per the this is also be one of the strategy. Okay, when the services is the good or when the quality is the best, okay, that time the clients are automatically interact toward you. Okay, so they say that the quality improvement is the satisfaction of the customer. Okay, so this is the, and this is the important, what is important, satisfaction of the customer. Okay, so as per the services, good services or the good quality, the customers automatically satisfied toward your satisfied as per your product also. Okay, so by the including activities to support product improvement. Okay, so they say that for the example of the net made. Okay, so this is the one of the example about making the type of the strategy. Okay, then we move toward the fundamental principle in engineering economics. Okay, so which are the fundamental principle? Okay, so the fundamental principle in engineering economics, the whatever you the first fundamental principle. Okay, what is the fundamental principle? A nearby dollar is worth more than distant dollar also. Okay, so this is the first fundamental principle. Okay, a nearby dollar is the worth more than the distant dollar. The second decision. Okay, what is your second principle? All that count is the different among the alternatives. Okay, so this is the second. Okay, so all the counts are the difference among the alternatives. And the third one is the marginal revenue uh, must exit marginal cost also. Okay, and the fourth one is the additional risk is not taken without the expected additional return. Okay, so these are the fourth important fundamental principle in the engineering economics. Okay, so this say that here. Okay, so first principle, what is your first principle? An instant dollar worth is the more than the distant dollar also. Okay, so what they say, so this is the instant dollar. Okay, so they say that the an instant dollar is the worth more than the distant dollar also. Okay, so this is the today's. Okay, this is the value. Okay, dollar value. Okay, dollar value. And after the 6 month, or the, we can say that 6 months later, the 6 month later, so automatically they can say that the decreasing of the cost also. Okay, decreasing of the cost of the particular dollar also. Okay, so this is the, so they can say that principle, first a nearby penny is the worth a distant dollar. Okay, so a fundamental concept in the engineering economics is that the money has a time value associated with it. Okay, so what they say that the time value, what is the time value of the particular dollar? Okay, so today is, what is the today's value? So any value, then later the or after the 5 to 6 months, so we can say that this is the also be different value. Okay, then it is the better to receive the money earlier than the later also. Okay, so they can say that it is the better. Okay, so we can say that anyone, so you have required to get a money from any your friend, so you can say that as per the earlier, so this is the importance. Okay, these are the importance of the money to us also. Okay, as per the later. Okay, as per the earlier you have required, this is your requirement. Okay, then the later also, so this is the first principle. Then the second principle. What is your second principle? So principle second, all that counts are the differences among the alternatives. Okay, all that counts are the differences among the alternatives. So this is the economical decision should be based on the different among the alternative considers. Okay, so these are the, you can say that to take on any decision. Okay, to take the any decision, there are the number of alternatives. Okay, there are the number of alternatives, so we can say that which alternative is the relevant to us also. Okay, so all that is the common is the irrelevant to the decision also. Okay, so this is the second principle. So we can say that all the count are the differences among the alternatives. So whatever the economical, we have the number of the alternatives and we have required to choose one of the best alternatives from the number of the count also. Okay, so another one is only the cost. This is a different among the alternatives cost also. So this is the number of the options. Okay, these are the number of the options and we have required to select the best options from that money. Okay, so which are the options? So monthly fuel cost. Okay, monthly fuel cost. So buy. What is your buying cost? This is six $960. Okay, and the lease cost also $960 also. So whatever the difference, so no any difference. Okay, then another one is the monthly maintenance. Okay, for buying. Okay, what is the monthly maintenance of $550. Okay, and the leasing also be the $550. Okay, then another one is the, so this is the only the cost of the research difference from the whatever the number of the alternatives, and these are the number of the alternatives. We can say that these are the options. Okay, so cash paid at the signing. Okay, so this is the whatever the buying cash. So this is the $6,500 also, and the leasing cash also be the two 2,400 also. Okay, so this is the cash paid at the signing. Okay, then the monthly payment is the for buying third $350, and the leasing payment is also be the $550, and the savage. What is the savage value at the end of the 3 years? This is the dollar. Whatever the buying side, this is the buying whatever the $9,000, and as per the leasing there are the no any. Okay, so this is the number of the option whatever the buying or what the leasing option also. Okay, so this is the we can say that the cost whatever the difference among the alternatives count also. Okay, then we move toward our third principle. Okay, whatever our third principle, the marginal revenue must be exceed than the marginal cost also. Okay, revenue means we can say that this is the we have required the number of the requirement. Okay, we have available. Okay, number of the services, so they can say that marginal revenue must be exceed marginal cost also. Okay, so what they say, each decision alternative must be justified on its own economic merit also. Okay, so before and being compared with the other alternatives. Okay, and another one is the marginal revenue. Okay, marginal revenue means the additional revenue made possible by the increasing the activity by one unit. Okay, so this is the marginal revenue must be exit than the marginal cost also whatever. Okay, so this is the explanation. Okay, marginal unit revenue has to exceed marginal cost in order to increase the production. Okay, so why it is required? Because our production is must be improved. Okay, our production to increase the production also. Okay, so first one is the manufacturing cost. Okay, manufacturing cost whatever the marginal cost also. Okay, so this is one unit or the sale revenue whatever the marginal revenue also. Okay, these are the one unit also. So marginal revenue means the additional revenue that will be generated by the increasing the product sale by one unit. Okay, what is the definition of the marginal revenue? So, marginal revenue is the additional revenue that will be generated by the increasing the product sale by one unit also, and the marginal cost also when the quality of the product is incremented by the one unit, that is the cost of the producing one more unit is the good also. Okay, so what is the marginal cost? So they can say that any product. Okay, any product, so whatever the quality of that product is increased. Okay, product of the quality whatever the quality of product is increased, so we can say that so cost is also be automatically increased. Okay, cost is also be the automatically increment, so we can say that this is the marginal cost. Okay, so this is the producing one more unit of the good also. Okay, then another one is the additional risk is not be taken without the expected additional return. Okay, so what they say, whenever you have take the any risk, okay, whenever you have take the any risk, that time you have known about we have getting the profit from that particular service also, or profit from this particular product also, or project also. Okay, so they can say that as per the economical decision. Okay, as per the economical decision or as per the fundamental of the engineering, so they can say that whenever you have not expected. Okay, whenever, so this is the expected additional return. Okay, expected additional return in the form of the profit. Okay, in the form of the profit, so they can say that additional risk is not be taken. Okay, additional risk is not be taken without the expected additional return. Okay, so this is an important for the engineer. Okay, this is the important for the engineer because whenever you have getting the additional expected additional, so that time the that time you have take the additional risk also. Okay, you have take the additional risk also. So the another one is the investor demand a minimum return that must be greater than the anticipated rate of the inflation or any perceived risk. Okay, so this is the demand. Okay, the investor demand is the minimum return that must be greater than the anticipated rate also. Okay, so they can say that the whatever the minimum return, so this is the as per the risk, whatever the any risk you have required to take on the any risk, that time you have respected the additional return also. Okay, so this is the principle also. Then the your fourth principle. Okay, what is the fourth principle? So additional risk is not be taken without the suitable expected additional return also. Okay, so this is the investment classes. So this is the potential, so they can say that potential risk and the expected return also. Okay, so whenever additional risk, you can take the additional risk, that time expected return is automatically increase. Okay, this is the increment in your expected return also. Okay, so the saving whatever they can say that this is the investment classes. So whatever your investment, so this is the saving count, whatever your bond, whatever your stock, so this is the equity of the debit also, whatever your account also, whatever your cash. Okay, whatever your investment as per the new organization, you have required the cash also. Okay, you have required the cash also to invest any product manufacturing. Okay, so the potential risk, what is your potential risk? So this is the whatever the three types of the risk also, whatever you are lowest, moderate and highest. Okay, so this is the potential risk. Okay, so these are the investment classes, whatever in the form of the cash also, in the form of the bonding also, okay, in the form of the stock also. Okay, as per these particular classes, the potential risk is also be the changes. Okay, so for the saving account you have the potential risk is the lowest. Okay, and the expected return is the 1.5%. Okay, expected return is the 1.5. When the investment class is the bonding. Okay, when the investment class is the bond type, they that time the potential risk will be whatever the moderate. Okay, and that time you have required the getting the expected return is the 4.8%. Okay, so this is the one, whatever the example about how the particular investment and how we can take the risk also and the expected return. Okay, and the last one is the stock. This is the equity. So you can say that the highest risk. Okay, risk is highest and we get the more expected return also, that are the 11.5%. Okay, get it? So this is the example, whatever the additional risk is the not taken. So this is the principle. Okay, what they say, the additional risk is not taken without the suitable expected additional return also. Okay, so this is the fourth principle. So you can say that a simple whatever the illustrative example at the risk, whatever they can say that uh, a portfolio management is the key issues in the financial. So, okay, so this is the principles. Okay, so we then we move toward the time value of the money also. Okay, what is the time value? So first one is the interest. Okay, so whatever the interest, so interest is the cost of the money. Okay, what is the cost of the money? So whatever the in daily life, so we can say that this is the we can whatever the cost of the money. Okay, so we take the money as per the from any percentage. Okay, in percentage whatever they can say that 2 percentage interest. Okay, so this is the time value. Okay, this is the cost value of the money also. Okay, and then another one is the economic equivalence. Okay, then the interest formula for the single cash flow also. Okay, then the uneven payment series. Okay, equal payment series and dealing with the gradient series also. Okay, so this is the time value. Time value, so they can say that the interest. Okay, interest means the cost of the money. Okay, the interest as per the whatever the time is, whatever 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, the value is the more. Okay, the value is the more, so we can say that this is the interest of the month. Okay, this is the interest month. So first one is the time value of the money. Okay, so element of the transaction involved in the interest also. So methoding of the calculating interest. So these are the three types. Okay, so we can say that these are the three part. So we can calculate the interest. Okay, so the cost of the money also. Okay, methods of the calculating money. So the first one is the interest. So the financial word money itself, the commodity as like as other good that are the bought or sold money cost money also. Okay, and the another one is the cost of the money is established and the measured by the interest rate also. Okay, so whatever the cost of the money is also be the measure in the form of the interest rate also. Okay, then another one is the interest rate. So what is the, so this is the interest rate is the form of the percentage. Okay, in the form of the percentage also, a percentage that is the periodically applied. Okay, so percentage for the 6 month also, percentage of the 1 year also, percentage of the 2 year also. So this is the percentage which is applied periodically to the particular money also. So we can say that this is the interest rate. Okay, so the percentage is that is the periodically applied and the added to an amount of the money or the specified length of the time. Okay, specified length means the interest rate whatever the is for the 6 month also, for the 1 year also, for the 2 year also. So this is the interest rate. Okay, so you can say that this is the you can apply this particular interest or particular percentage on the particular specified length also. Okay, so this is the interest rate, and the interest is the defined as the cost of having the money is available for the use also. Okay, so this is the interest. So we can say that it is the defining whatever the cost. Okay, so this is the money is available to use also. Okay, then that whatever the interest the cost of the money, it is specified that money can gain the value over the period of the time also. Okay, and then the time value is the stipulate that the money can be earned more money or the value or the interest over the period of the time also. Okay, because this is the time, this is the main or important line. Okay, what is the main in the interest? So time value of the money. Okay, so as per the whatever you have taken the money for 6 months, so you have required this some value of that particular 6 month also. Okay, but you have used that money for the 1 year, so you have required to paying the more value to that particular money also. Okay, because you have use the that particular money as 1 year as per the 6 month also. Okay, so this is the way the interest operate reflect the fact that money has the time value. Okay, so this is the you can say that the time value of the money also. Okay, the economic value of the sum depend on when the sum is the received. Okay, so money has the earning power and the purchasing power also. Okay, so you can say that earning power. Okay, so you can say that any services you have taken, so you have required the some money also. Okay, so purchasing of your any product, that time you getting the money also. So you can say that this is the power. Okay, money power. So you can say that this is the you have required to taking the decision, or the economic value is the sum it depend on the sum is the receiver also. Okay, so this is the, you can say that this is the balance sheet. Okay, this is the balance sheet. You can say that money is the earning power or purchasing power. Okay, so this is the power. So you can say that this is the balancing in your life also. Okay, then we move toward the interest. Okay, how you can, so this is the one of the example. So this is the inflation exists the earning power. Okay, so this is the period of the 0 and period of the 1. Okay, so this is the whatever the any section. Okay, so saving account, in saving account they can say that earning interest rate is 6%. Okay, and the last purchasing power whatever the $2 also. Okay, cost of the refrigerator, inflation rate, so that are the number of whatever the 6%, whatever the 8%. Okay, so in the case of the earning power exceed inflation, so this is the whatever the saving count. So these are the cases. Okay, number of the cases. The first one is the inflation exit power, earning power. This is the earning power exist inflation. So these are the multiple places. So this is the saving count. So this is the earning interest rate is 6%, but inflation rate is the different. Okay, inflation rate is the different. So we can say that this is the difference in the period also. Okay, difference in the period also. So this is the gain and purchasing power for the $2 also. Okay, so this is the cost of the refrigerator, that at the inflation rate is the 4%. Okay, so this is the primary amount is the $100. Okay, and then whatever the change in the period, so you can say that this is dollar of 104, and this is the 10 of the 6, and the final whatever the earning interest is 6%. So you can say that this is the dollar of the 108 also. Okay, so this is the time value of the money also. Okay, then we move toward the element of the transaction involved in the interest. So many types of the transaction involved in the interest also. Okay, so whatever which type, so they can say that number of the times. Okay, whatever the number of the types of the transaction. Okay, whatever you are borrowing money, investing of the money, purchasing of the machinery on the credit. Okay, so these are the number of the type of the transaction. Okay, so you are getting the whatever the interest. So whenever you are getting any laptop on the, you can say that the uh, finance. Okay, Bajaj Finance, whatever you are, ICICI Finance. Okay, that time these are the also be the type of the transaction also. Okay, so for the borrowing of money, investing of the money, whatever you are purchasing machinery on the credit. Okay, so these are the element of the common all type of the transaction are. Okay, so which are the element, so you can say that the basic principle. Okay, so this is the, you can say in Marathi, that are the mudal. Okay, you can say that this is the principle. Okay, so this is the initial amount of the money invested or the borrow in the transaction is called as an principal. Okay, in Marathi we say that this is the mudal. Okay, so this is the principal, so you can say that this is the primary or the initial amount. Okay, uh, initial amount of the money invested or borrowed in a transaction as per the principle also. Okay, then the second one. Okay, what are the second? Interest rate. Okay, this is the interest rate. So major cost price of the money is the expected as per the percentage as per the period of the time. Percentage means the some amount of the value on the 100 rupees. Okay, some amount of the value on the 100 rupees. So you can say that on the whatever you take the 100 rupees, that are the principal, and interest rate is the 2%. So you can say that 2 rupees on 100. Okay, on 100 for this particular period. Okay, for the 1 minute 1 month period, or the 2 month period, whatever you are 6 month period. Okay, so this is the interest rate. Interest rate means the some value. Okay, some value on the 100 rupees. So this is the 2% interest, whatever you are 10% interest. So you can say that this is the 10 rupees on the 100 rupees. Okay, so this is the time value of the money also. Okay, so this is the interest rate. Then the interest period. Okay, so how many, whatever you can say that how the period you can use this particular money also. So this is the calculated on the particular time. Okay, on the particular period of the time. So you can say that a period of the time determine how the frequently interest is to be the calculated. Okay, so this is the also be the elements. Okay, then another element. Okay, another element is the number of the interest period. Okay, interest period means you can say that. So you also be say that number of the a specified leg on the time of the marks at the duration of the transaction. So you can say also that number of the interest period means the whatever you are this is the number of interest. Means in Marathi you can say that this is the chakravat. Okay, chakravat. Okay, so you can say that in the rate interest on the interest. Okay, interest on the interest. So this is the specified length of the time mark at the duration of the transaction also. Okay, and the fifth one. Okay, fifth element is the plan of the receipt or the distribution. Okay, disruption. So this is, you can say that a particular cash flow pattern over the period of the time. So this is the series of the equal monthly payment that are repaid or the loan also. So this is the plan. Okay, so plan of the receipt. So you can say that in Marathi this is the hafta. Okay, so how many rupees in particular period of the time, you can say that this is the 2000 per month. Okay, 2000 per month, this is the example. Okay, 2000 per month. So you have required the taken the number of the so in Marathi you can say that this number of the haftes also. Okay, number of the haftes. So you can say that this is the monthly payment. Okay, this is the monthly payment on the repay on the loan also. Okay, so this is the plan. Okay, so this is the plan. So you can say that this is the investment. So series of the equal monthly payment. Okay, equal monthly payment. So you have required the taken. So whenever you have bought any or buy any flat, okay, buy any flat, so you have required the basic investment is the uh, whatever the 5 to 6 lakh. But the actual value, okay, whatever your actual value is the 40 lakh. Okay, but the remaining amount, okay, remaining amount is equally divided into the series of the monthly payment. Okay, series of the monthly payment. So that are, we say that in Marathi, that are the haftes. Okay, haftes. So this is the plan for the receipt or the distribution, the future amount of the money. Okay, so then another one is the result from the cumulative effect of the interest over the rate number of the interest period also. Okay, so this is the future amount, because these are the you are required the paying the more amount in the form of the in the form of the repay on the loan also. Okay, so this is the future. So this is the element of the transaction involved in the interest. So this is the example. Okay, this is the example of the loan. Okay, so for the example, the educational loan of the amount of the 3,000 at the 9% at the annual interest rate for the 5 year. Okay, so the 300 as loan, as these are the original fee. Okay, this is the original fee. So they can say that the educational loan amount is the 30,000 at 9% annual interest rate for the 5 year. Okay, so whatever as per the 5 year. So the end year, okay, the end year. So what type of the amount? So you have required the taking the amount. So end of the year, receipt and the payment. Okay, so the first year. Okay, so this is the educational loan. Okay, and the 9% is the particular interest. Okay, interest rate is the 9% per annual. Okay, so whatever 9%. So these are the 700 and 7,000 and 712 also. Okay, so this is the planning, monthly planning. Okay, so the first month you have required the give the only the 300 rupees. Okay, so because the receipt the planning, okay, or the loan amount is the 30,000 also. Okay, this is the 30,000, or you have required the pay that particular money per year. Okay, so these are how many amount, one two. So this is the first year. Whenever first year is completed, so you have required the 7,712. Okay, in first year. Okay, in the first year. So this is the, so you can say that this is the first you can say that in Marathi, this is the first hafta. Okay, this is the first hafta. So this is the 7,712. So this is the, this amount you have required the paying. Okay, and the say second year also you can also be the same amount. Okay, because your interest rate is the constant. Okay, your interest rate is the constant whenever the annual or whenever the 1 year is the completed. Okay, so these are the how many year, 1 2 3 4 and 5 year. Okay, so how many amount you have be the paid? So 46,155 rupees, 58 rupees point 72. Okay, so this is this amount you have required the paid it on the loan amount of the 30,000 rupees as per the 9% per annual interest rate also. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, so how we have require how we calculate it. So this is the principal. Okay, principal, what is the principal amount? So this is the mudal. Okay, so what is the this is what is the muddal, what you principal means in Marathi, you can say that this is the muddal. Okay, so this is the 30,000 rupees. Okay, interest rate. This is the I. Whatever your I is the 9%. Okay, 9%, and the interest period. Interest period is the 1 year. Okay, 1 year, and the number of the interest period, which are the 5 year. Okay, which are the 5 year. So the plan for the receipt, the distributed. So you can say that how as per the loan amount per month. Okay, loan amount not per month, per 5 month, 5 year. Okay, per 5 year. So you can say that plan number one is the A is you have required the paying 7,712.77 5 equal payment. Okay, so these are the 5 equal payment, and the second plan is the two single future repayment, that is the lump sum, that is the 6 whatever the 46,158.72. So this is the final amount, and the future amount of the money, this is the 46,158.72. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, this is the example as per the plan. Okay, then we move toward the element of the transaction involving in the interest. Okay, so which are the elements are the involved in the particular interest rate? So cash flow diagram, how the cash is the flow. So the cash flow diagram is the graphical representation of the cash flow. Okay, so that are the vertical direction on the time scale, that are the horizontal direction. So this is the graph. So you can say that you can also observe this particular graph on the next slide also. Okay, so this is the cash flow of the diagram with the graphical representation of the cash flow. Okay, so vertical direction means in the you can say that this is the cash flow on the x-axis. Okay, cash flow on the x-axis, and the time scale, whatever you are, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. So these are the horizontal, and the this is the horizontal on the x-axis, and the cash flow vertical on the y-axis. Okay, the direction of the cash flow is the indicated by the direction of the arrows. Okay, so you have to require the taken the cash flow means whatever the graphical representation. Okay, graphical representation in the form of the x and y axis. Okay, in the form of the x and y axis. So they can say that time scale is on the x axis also, and the whatever the cash flow on the y axis, that is you can say that the vertical direction. Okay, that is the vertical direction. So the direction of the cash flow is the indicated by the direction of the arrows also. Okay, so that are the graphical representation. So this is the direction of the cash flow, is also the direction of the arrows. Then the number of the interest period. Okay, so number of the interest period means the how many. So these are the for the above example. Okay, the above example, the number of the interest period is the 5 years. Okay, 5 years mean the five number of the interest period means the 5. Okay, number of the interest period is the 5. So in the form of the, they say that the interest period is the shown on the time scale in the month oblique year also. Okay, so this is the rate interest paid on monthly series. Okay, you have required the paying the particular amount in the in monthly or the yearly. Okay, so it is the tool for organization or visualization, visualizing information about the specified investment also. Okay, so this is the investment. Okay, so element of the transaction. So this is the cash flow diagram. Okay, this is the cash flow diagram. So these are the period. So this is the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and the here also on the x-axis you can say that 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4. So this is the scale. Okay. So what they say that this is the time scale. Okay. This is the time scale and the cash flow. Okay. Cash flow is the whatever the this is the same amount. Okay, this is the same amount 7,712.77. Okay, so this is the same amount. Whenever 1 year completed, you have required the paying this amount. Whenever 2 year is completed, you are required to paying this amount. Whenever the 3 year is completed, you are required to paying this amount. Okay, 4 year and 5th year also. Okay, so this is the paying of the amount is the also be the you can say that the element of the transaction involved in the interest also. Okay, so then another one is the how you can calculate the interest. Okay, method of the calculating the interest also. So first one is the simple interest. Okay, simple interest. So you can say that this is the in Marathi you can say that this is an VAS. Okay, this is a VAS and the compound interest. So in Marathi you can say that this is the Chakrawad VAS. Okay, this is the Chakrawad VAS and the simple interest. This is the VAS. Okay, so these are the two methods of the calculating the interest. Okay, two methods of the calculating the interest also. Okay, so what is the simple? What is the simple interest? So the simple interest is the calculated on the original amount or the principal amount for the duration of the money borrow or the deposit also. Okay, so this is the scheme of the interest earned during each and interest period does not earn additional interest. Okay, in the remaining period, even though so this is the simple you can the simply calculated interest. Okay, because in which particular year is only the amount. Okay, only the amount. So this is the for the principal amount. So P at the simple interest. So you can indicate this is an I for the n number of the period also. Okay, so the total earned interest I will be so interest means the I. Okay, so I is equal to IPN. Okay, so this is the PP means the period. Okay, so this is the P is the principal amount. Okay, P is the principal amount. Okay, so and N is the number of the period. Okay, number of the period. So the total amount available at the end number of the period, that is the this is the final amount. Okay, final amount or the future amount. You can say that this is the future amount. So future amount is equal to the you can say that P. P means the principal amount. Okay, principal amount means the basic amount. Okay, plus interest. Okay, plus interest. So you can say that P plus one, whatever the one plus I. Okay, so this is the formula, modified formula. Okay, the final amount is the principal, whatever the principal amount plus whatever your interest amount. Okay, principal amount plus your interest amount. Okay, so this is the simple interest example. Whatever the simple interest example, so calculate the simple interest and the whatever the it means whatever your final amount. Okay, final amount on the principal amount of the rupees 2,000 in the interest rate of the 6% in the period of the 5 year. Okay, in the period of the 5 year also. Okay, so the interest rate per year. Okay, so I is equal to what is the interest. So on the amount, what is the principal amount? 200. Okay, principal amount is the 200. So IP. What is your I? So this is the interest rate. Okay, this is your interest rate. So this is the I. Okay, so IP. P means the your principal amount. Okay, so 0.06 into 2,000 into 1. Okay, whatever one. Why it is 1? Because this is for the 1 year. Okay, this is for the 1 year. So they can say that this is the 120 rupees. Okay, 120 rupees. So then this is the calculation for the only 1 year. Okay, this is the calculation for the only 1 year. Then we move toward for the 5 year interest. Okay, so how we calculate the 5 year interest? So only the replacement of the 1 year. So because this is the time period is the 1 year, 1 year. In the interest rate for the 1 year also, and the interest rate for the 5 year also. So we change the whatever the value of the n is equal to the 5. Okay, n is equal to 5. So the interest is equal to ip, whatever your ip is the interest rate, then the p is the principal amount, and the n is your period. Okay, period of the 5 years. So the final whatever the interest is the 600. Okay, 600, and the future whatever your final amount, or the you can say that this is, and the whatever the future amount. Okay, future amount or the final amount, you can say that this is the a. Okay, a plus whatever your P plus I. Okay, whatever your P is your principal amount, I is your interest rate. Okay, I is your interest, and P is equal to whatever your formula 1 plus IN. Okay, 1 plus IN, or whatever the I. So you can directly add it to 1000 and whatever your 600. This is your future amount. Okay, this is your future amount. So this is the simple interest. Okay, this is the simple interest, and these are the, you can say that simple interest. For example, okay, for example, so you can say that for the end of the beginning of the balance interest on, okay, ending balance. So the first year, okay, in the period of the first year, so the beginning balance is the 2, whatever you can say that this is the 200. Okay, this is the 2000, and the interest whatever your interest 120. Okay, 120, and the ending balance at the whatever your first year, that is the 2120 also. Okay, in the second your beginning balance. Okay, your beginning balance is 200, 2120. Okay, interest is 120, and the ending balance at the end of the second year, that is the 200, that is the 2240 also. Okay, and this is the ending of the 2 year, then the beginning of the 3 year, adding this 120, then the ending balance at the third year is also be the 2360 also. Then the at the beginning of the fourth year, this is the same amount of the value, that are the 2360 rupees. Okay, and the adding 120, then it is the 2480 rupees. Okay, and the fifth year beginning value is the 2480 also, and the whatever the earned interest, okay, that are the 120, and the final amount is the 2600 also. Okay, so this is the simple example. So you can be calculated the simple interest by using your simple formula, that is I is equal to I into P into N also. So this is the small I. Okay, so what is the small I? Small I means your interest rate. Okay, so P means your principal. Okay, this is the principal amount, and the n is your period also. Okay, n is your period also, and the final or the future amount, whatever your future amount, that is the principal amount plus interest. Okay, so this is the so you can say that um, a simple interest. Okay, simple interest. Okay, and another type. Okay, another type, that is the compound interest. Okay, compound interest. So this is the interest on interest. Okay, interest on interest. So they can say that the interest earned in each period is calculated based on the total amount at the end of the previous period. Okay, but in simple interest, the interest is on only this particular amount, only this 2000 rupees. Okay, that at the 6% means the earn interest, interest earned is the constant. Okay, at the each end of the each year, interest earned is the constant, but in compound interest it will be different. Okay, it will be different. So they can say that the interest earned in each period is calculated is based on the total amount at the end of the previous period. Okay, so we take this is the simple example for the compound interest. Okay, so whenever the first year is completed, the ending balance is the 2120. But in compound interest, the interest is counting on this particular amount, not this amount. Okay, in the simple interest, you calculate the interest on this amount at the end of the each year. But the compound interest, the whatever the interest or the basic, you can say that this is the value of the p is whatever the change in the one interest period also. Okay, so if the P amount is the invested at the interest rate, I also, okay, in the interest rate, I also, then we would have P plus IP is equal to P into 1 plus I. So this is the amount at the end of the each one interest period also. Okay, so this is the formula. So you can be calculated the compound interest also. So P is equal to 1 plus I also, P is equal to I in bracket P1 plus I also. So this is the formula P in bracket 1 plus I bracket square. Okay, so this is the compound interest. You can be calculate at the continuing. We say that balance after the period of the 3 that are the P plus I, whatever the P in bracket 1 plus I bracket cube also. Okay, so this is, you can say that the changing of the interest. Okay, so the final formula. Okay, the interest is earning process repeated after the n period. The total accumulated balance F will grow to the P is equal to the 1 plus I, whatever in cube of whatever you are n. Okay, so this is the final formula. Okay, so this is the compound interest example. Okay, this is the simple example of the compound interest. Okay, this is the simple example of the compound interest. So as per the calculated the compound interest and if on the principal amount of the rupees 2000 rupees at the interest rate of the 6%. Okay, interest rate is the 6%. So for the 5 years, so whatever we calculated this interest for the in the form of the simple interest. Okay, but in the compound interest, so this is the interest rate as per the year or the as per the 5 year, that is the 120. Okay, that is the 120 rupees, and the total amount is available at the end of the period of the end period of the eight, that is the P is equal to 1 plus I in the whole bracket n. Okay, so F is equal to 2, whatever this is your principal amount, that are the 2000. Okay, that are the 2000 plus whatever your point 6% is your interest rate. Okay, 6% is your interest rate as per the 5. Okay, so the 5 number of the period, so you can say that this is the 2 whatever you can say that this is 2006 6.44 rupees. Okay, so this is the final amount. So this is the, you can say that the compound interest. So compound interest is always the greater than the simple interest. Okay, the final, so you can say that this is the future amount of the compound interest is always be more than the simple amount, future amount of the simple interest also. Okay, so this is the simple example, so you can be used, this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula, so you can be calculate the compound interest by using that particular formula, whatever the I is equal to the P in bracket 1 plus I whole bracket nth. Okay, so this is the formula for the compound interest, and the simple interest you have the formula is I is equal to I into P into N. So the small I is equal to your interest rate, P is equal to your principal amount, and N is equal to your number of the period. Okay, so this is the two type. You can calculate the interest in the form of the simple whatever you are simple interest and the compound interest also. Okay, then this is the period chart. Okay, this is the table chart of the compound interest. This is the example. Okay, so at the end of the year, okay, so you can say that the beginning of the balance is the 2000 rupees, then the interest earned is the 120, okay, and the ending balance is the 2, whatever you can say that 200 2000 and 120 also. But beginning balance in the compound, this is the changes. Okay, this is the changes as per the uh, second. So this is the same. Okay, beginning balance. So this is 200, whatever you are 2120, but interest is counted on this particular amount for this 2020. But in whatever simple interest, you can calculate the interest on only these 200 to 2000 rupees. Okay, in simple interest, you can only count the interest on the 2000 rupees, but in compound interest you have required the calculate the interest on the these amount. Okay, so these amount that are 2120 rupees. Okay, so this is the main difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so you can also be calculate easily by using the formula. Okay, by using the formula also. Okay, so this is the simple and compound interest. Okay, so we have stop here.